Hello everyone, welcome to another lesson of solutions. In this lesson we are going to look at alloys. Let's start with the basic definition of alloys. What do you mean by alloy? Alloy is a mixture of a metal and any other element. For example, the most common alloy that we use in our daily life is steel. Steel is basically not iron. We mistakenly call it iron, but it's actually not iron. It's not pure iron. It is actually an alloy of iron. Okay, so whatever iron we see around us, that is not pure iron. It is actually steel. How do we make a steel? We take pure iron and mix it with carbon. Once we mix it with carbon, it changes the properties and characteristics of the iron. It makes it more brittle. It makes it more lustrous, and we can use that alloy later on for various purposes. So alloy is actually a metal and its mixture with any other element. Okay, your other element can be a metal as well, or it can be a non-metal. Okay, but it should be in a solid form. So whenever we have a metal and mix it with any other metal or any other non-metal, the resulting mixture is actually called alloy. Alloys have the same metallic nature, just like we have a metal. Alloy is same as a metal. Okay, it's going to be shiny, it's lustrous, it's ductile, malleable. It is a good conductor of heat as well as electricity. The difference that comes is basically in the brittleness. Okay, it's more brittle, it's more durable, it's less corrosive. What do you mean by corrosion? You keep it in the air, it's not going to rust, it's not going to corrode. Okay, and it has a more life, it is more durable. So that is the reason we make alloys. Let's look at few examples that we use in our daily life. We have steel, nichrome, bronze, brass, and solder. All these are the examples that we use in our daily life. And what is the basic purpose of making an alloy? Let's take an example of aluminum. Aluminum is a metal of group 3A. As you know, aluminum itself is a soft metal. Okay, and you cannot use this soft metal for making car bodies, or for example aeroplane bodies. So in order to make this aluminum usable, we make an alloy of this aluminum. How do we make that? We just take aluminum, mix it with another element, or we mix it with another non-metal or a metal, for example copper, and once it's mixed with copper, it's going to make it more durable, it's going to make it more useful. Okay, so the basic purpose we use alloys is basically alloys are more durable as compared to the metals. Here we have pure iron in one of the diagrams, and we have a steel in the other one. You can see that pure iron is more rough, it is softer. Pure iron is a soft metal, and you can even break it with your hands, in your hands. So pure iron itself is not usable. Whatever iron stuff you see around yourself in the daily life, it's not pure iron, it is actually steel. How do we make a steel? We make a steel by mixing pure iron with some amount of carbon. Okay, there's percentage of carbon which is added to the iron, and it turns it into a steel. And steel is more it's more strong, it's more durable as compared to pure iron. Steel does not corrode. You might have heard about stainless steel. What is stainless steel? It remains shiny, it remains lustrous throughout. Whenever you use it, it does not corrode. Actually, when you keep metals in air, you know that they react with oxygen, so that reaction is not possible in case you have an alloy of iron. Okay, so if you have pure iron, it will corrode easily, but if you have a steel, in that case it's not going to corrode and will remain like that. What are the applications we use alloys for? Making decorative items mostly. We make statues and medals with the help of alloys. We make weapons, because weapons need to be very strong, and they should should be made with certain elements, certain metals which should not break easily. Okay, they should be strong enough, and that is why they are used for making weapons. They are used for making blenders, grinder and juicer blades, because blades are the main components of grinders, blenders and juicers. They have to bear a lot of force and a lot of load, and that is why they are made with alloys. Okay, we have another alloy which is called which is actually amalgam. Amalgam is a type of alloy. It is used for making medical making medical instruments. Okay, and why do we make medical instruments with the help of them? Because we need to keep them rust free. If they react with oxygen, that is going to be harmful for the patients, and of course we don't want that. So we make medical instruments with the help of alloys. And the last and the most important, we make surgical instruments and cookware and cutlery. Here we have some common alloys that we use in our daily life and their composition. Let's start with bronze. Bronze is 90% copper and 10% tin. The properties that makes bronze useful: it is hard, it's strong, it doesn't corrode very easily, and it has shiny surface. Okay, the shiny surface. The main use is for making statues and monuments, used for making medals. The second most common alloy that we have is brass. It is 70% copper and 30% zinc. You should remember these compositions. They can appear in your MCQs and examinations. So brass is actually harder. The main property that makes it useful is harder than the copper itself. It is used for making musical instruments and kitchenware. The third and very important is steel. Steel is 99% iron, as I told you, and 1% carbon. You can add more percentages of carbon as well, but the most common percentage is 1% carbon and 99% iron. It is harder, it's stronger than iron. Okay, it's used for making buildings, the bodies, railway tracks, the building bodies, bridges, etc. Then we have stainless steel. Stainless steel is 74% iron, 8% carbon, and 18% chromium is also added to it, which makes it shiny, strong, and rust-free. It is used for making cutlery and surgical instruments. Then we have duralumin. Duralumin is 93% aluminum, 3% copper, 3% magnesium, and 1% manganese. The important property of this alloy is it is very light, but with that it's very strong. Yet it's very strong and is used to make aeroplane and bullet train bodies. Then we have the last, pewter. It is 96% tin, 3% copper, 1% antimony. The most important property is luster. It has good luster, it is shiny, it is strong, and it's used for making souvenirs. So I hope all these things are clear. These are very common alloys and very common terminologies that we have in this chapter. I hope this was clear and it was knowledgeable to you. If you have any questions, you can ask me in the comment box. Thank you so much.